Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Development of agriculture in Nigeria. From the beginning of the time, the first concern of man has been food, clothing, and shelter. The history of agriculture starts when man wandered from place to place, gathering fruits and berries and hunting wild animals to satisfy his need for food. This early man gradually learned very crude and primitive ways of planting, cultivating, and harvesting crops. His first tool was a sharp digging stick which served as a plow, a cultivator, and a hoe. The digging stick was followed by a simple hoe which was made by fastening a sharpened stone to a wooden handle. At the same time, this early man was learning that animals could be domesticated and used to provide food as well as fur and hides for clothing and shelter. From this crude beginning, agriculture, the largest and oldest industry in the world, was developed. Many thousands of years have passed since man first learned to plant and cultivate crops and domesticate animals for his use. During this time, agriculture has passed through various stages and many changes have come about. The various stages of agricultural development include subsistence cultivation, shifting cultivation, rotational cropping, bush fallowing, crop rotation, and commercial farming. Subsistence cultivation is the process by which crops are produced on small land areas and is carried out by village-type farmers who are called peasant farmers. A peasant farmer does not usually work on more than a half to 1 hectare of land. He uses simple farm tools like hoes and cutlasses, and he usually grows more than one type of crop on the same piece of land at the same time. Peasant farmers grow trees like the oil palm, the cocoa, and rubber, as well as food crops like yam, groundnut, millet, maize, etc. This form of multi-cropping ensures that the land is occupied by one crop or the other every season of the year. And by so doing, the farmland is used extensively by planting every available area with crops. Peasant farmers do not keep livestock on the same piece of land. Peasant farmers are found in large numbers in Nigeria and in fact all over West Africa. In Nigeria, for example, about 70% of the food which we produce come from these farmers. It therefore requires a large number of people to be working on a small piece of land. Shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation is a system of farming in which the farmer cultivates a piece of farmland for a period of 1 or 2 years and then leaves the land fallow for a period of 4 or 5 years or longer. The period of fallow usually varies from place to place depending on the population of farmers and the availability of land in that area. Shifting cultivation is still being practiced in some parts of West Africa, but the rapidly increasing human population and the demand for land for other purposes is making it increasingly difficult to leave a farmland fallow for even a few years. The system does not allow for large-scale farming since manual labor is used for all farm operations. It also increases the expenditure of farmers in clearing new sites. It results in wasteful utilization of productive farmland which is left fallow for a number of years. The main advantage of shifting cultivation is that the depleted farmland is allowed to regain its natural fertility. This is achieved through the plants which grow during the period of fallow. The roots of these plants loosen the soil and so improving the soil condition through aeration. Also, the plants protect the soil from erosion and their leaves, when shed, decay to form humus. Another advantage of shifting cultivation is the prevention of diseases, pests, and weeds. In areas where continuous cropping of the farmland is practiced, especially monocropping, there is usually a build-up of diseases, pests, and weeds that can cause considerable damage to the crops. But by practicing shifting cultivation, the problem of build-up diseases, pests, or weeds is greatly reduced. Rotational cropping. Rotational cropping is a system of growing different crops continuously on one piece of land at different times. For example, you can grow the yam, sweet potato, maize, and cowpea on one piece of land at different times. The planning should ensure that an increase in the yield of one crop in a year will result in an increase in a subsequent crop the next year. If in a rotation, a crop of yam is followed by a crop of cowpea or any other legumes, the nutrients which has been depleted by the yam will be replenished by the leguminous crops by nitrogen fixation. Bush fallowing. Bush fallowing is a process whereby a piece of land which has been used for cultivation over a number of years is left uncultivated for a number of years. The idea is to allow the soil to recuperate or gain its lost nutrients so that there could be a build-up of the lost nutrients. This build-up occurs either through nitrogen fixation of some leguminous crops which will be growing as weeds or through the decay of the leaves which fall off the growing weeds. The land, if cultivated again after about 5 years of fallow or bush fallow, is found to be more fertile than before it was left fallow. Crop rotation. Crop rotation is the practice of growing different crops in a particular order on the same piece of land for many years. The types of crops and the sequence of rotation differs from place to place. The most important requirement is that no one crop should be grown in successive years on the same plot. Commercial farming. As a result of the introduction of trade, farmers have learned to produce more food than what they and their family require. The farmer, therefore, is able to purchase other products which he cannot produce with the money he realizes from the sale of his surplus agricultural products. Therefore, commercial farming is a process of farming or producing crops for the purpose of earning a living from it. Application of science and technology to modern agricultural developments in Nigeria. Agriculture is derived from two Latin words, agar meaning field and cultura meaning cultivation. Today, agriculture can be defined as the production of plants and animals with all its inclusion for human and animal needs. This involves cultivation of land, planting, breeding, protecting, harvesting, processing of harvested crops or produce, feeding and management of livestock. Science and technology can be applied in the agricultural development through various ways, through agricultural engineering, chemical engineering, food science and technology, and also the use of technology. Technology is broadly the application of engineering science to the problems of development. Agricultural engineering assists the farmer in carrying out the various operations concerned with the production, storage, utilization, and distribution of farm products much better and faster. Chemical engineering is of direct relevance to the conversion of some of the farm produce into usable products. The production of paper, films, methanol, ethanol, adhesives, etc. from timber involves the design of various types of equipment in which several chemical changes occur in order to obtain the final product. The processing of some direct food products like flour to bread is a type of chemical engineering process. This is sometimes referred to as food engineering, which forms the basis for food technology. Food science and technology constitutes a field of coordinated study based on the application of basic sciences and engineering for the development and management of food resources. The ability to design the equipment to grind, blend, and mix these products and treat them chemically is derived from the knowledge of food engineering, while the ability to use the equipment in the process of the preservation of the food product is called food technology. Application of biological sciences in agriculture. The biological sciences include the study of living things in their primary environment. It is also known as ecology. Biological sciences can be applied in agriculture through the study of ecology, through botany, zoology, biochemistry, genetics, microbiology. Ecology enables us to study a plant or animals in its natural habitat so that we know what kind of soil or food it likes, what other things grow around it, and whether it will do well in a new environment or not. Botany is the study of the life histories of plants, their parts and their organs, body structure, adaptation, food habits and their chemical constituents and physical characteristics. It enables us also to study the principles of plant taxonomy, which is a general survey of plant groups, that's the algae or fungi, to angiosperms, with special reference to the gymnosperm and the angiosperms. Botany is the study of the life histories of plants, their parts and organs, body structure, adaptation, food habits and their chemical constituents and physical characteristics. Zoology enables us to study animals in the same way we listed for plants. It also enables us to learn a lot about the life cycles of insects, lice, fleas, and such other animal forms that live on domestic animals or feed on croplands in order to control them effectively. Biochemistry is the science which inquires into the chemical constitution of living matter and the chemical processes by which the maintenance of life is accomplished in organisms. We also have genetics. Genetics teaches us how both plants and animals may resemble each other, as well as how forms of organisms can be made. The application of biological sciences in agriculture can also be seen in microbiology. Microbiology is the study of bacteria and viruses. That is the study of microorganisms. Microbiology is important in understanding the maintenance of the health of crops, plants, and domestic animals. It is important in knowing how best to preserve plant and animal products and to be able to keep them from spoilage. Application of physical sciences in agriculture. In the application of physical sciences in agriculture, physical sciences begin with astronomy, which is the study of the celestial bodies, which include the earth, the moon, and the sun. Another physical science is the science of physics. Physics teaches us about the properties of matter in both living and non-living organisms. It is the study of the size, the weight, the volume, and the degree of compactness or density of materials. It also tells us about force, energy, and movement of matter. Another application of physical sciences in agriculture can be seen in chemistry. Chemistry teaches us about the behavior and relationship between the pure basic building materials of which the earth is composed. It is the science that deals with the substances that make up the universe, that is, their composition, their properties and reactions, one with another. We also have geology, which is the science of the earth. It deals with origin, composition, structure, physical development, and biological evolution of the earth and the planetary system. The soil is formed by the breaking down of parent rock materials due to various types of weathering processes. It is important to know about the different types of minerals that are in the parent rock in order to know what type of clay particles we will have. This determines the nutrient composition of the soil and can help tell us the level of fertility. Sometimes an area is shown to contain tin, gold, diamond, or even uranium, all of which can be mined.